rabbits out of the hat, and here he is in the final, as he really should be. You know, tracking down Kachi, that wasn't no easy task, really. And from there, he's been just exceptional. And FSR, like you said, I thought from day one, he's been the one who improved the most all week.
You know, it seems to be something we see from him quite often, actually, and FSR wins the lag. I'll remind everybody, this is a race to 7. It's an alternate break format. And it's one race. There's no double elimination. 25,000 up top.
Yeah, well, they said before, you know, that the PLP seemed to be Albin Ocean's event a little bit, even though, you know, it's in its infancy a little bit still. FSR won it a couple years ago. 3 years ago it was. Got second last year. Morris Newhausen didn't really have much of a chance against the young man from Germany. But here he is in the final again, Scott. So that tells you something about where his game's going and kind of trending. And he loves the PLP, by the way. All right, draw stroke. He's just got to pay attention to it, I think, with the 6 there.
Yeah, and then talk about, you know, home court. This is really his home away from home. He feels comfortable here. I overheard him telling a couple of friends just a little bit ago, this is really my place. And he feels like this is his domain. He feels like this is his house.
And he's got a hint of an angle here, I think, to get to the right long rail. 2 rails. He could draw back short side as well, just in case he's straight. I think he can go forward here, though, and the 5 has 2 pockets, so go ahead and, oh, he's got to draw it. So is he drawing back to a cut or short side? Yeah, I can't, oh, he caught the 6. He's going to get a little off angle on the bank. No, pretty good, actually.
Yeah, and don't let the 7 fool you. He's got a full pocket to the side here. If anything, the 7 helps him. Well, he wasn't going to make that bank irregardless. That was just wide.
Yeah, and I was going to say that I kind of liked him not stewing too much. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah, you played a lot of pool. You're obviously playing great. His attitude has been exceptional to me. You know, he's a confidence kind of guy, and he's made that grow this week, and he hasn't tried to lose it at any moment. All right, big guy, you know, little guy with a big jump cue here. Does a lot of things.
Yeah, my goodness gracious. And the 5 does pass the 9 to the lower right, Jeremy. And you've touched on this throughout the week, and I've paid close attention as well. I'll tell you, he's got to be in the conversation for one of the best with the jump cue.
Yeah, I mean, I mentioned it a few times that I think Fedor Gorst would say that Duong is maybe second best. And there are some guys that are under pressure, seem to come with it. You know, a lot with the jump cue. I always talked about Skyler, even though he feels like he doesn't jump that well. He seems to make a lot of them when it's big. But doing different things and doing it often, I think Fedor Gorst is number 1, but this guy's just a little bit behind him, not very far at all. All right, could stun a rail over. That way he can kind of wrap the cue ball off the 7. Got just enough angle to do so.
Yeah, I don't really see any trouble here. Just drop down past the right side, going to open wide up. Now the speed was really good. He's got a perfect angle to just go up for the 9 to the lower right. And this might send a little bit of a message to El Ferrari because he has been on the move. Drawing first blood. And we've got some pretty big news coming up here soon. And here it is, 2027, the 16th through the 21st. It's official. Like a referee with a whistle. Well, the Premier League pool is back at Classic Billiards here in Fort Lauderdale. Like I said, the 16th through the 21st of February in 2027. And this, for me, and I know for Double J, the rest of the team here at Matchroom, is great news. And really probably correct. I mean, I don't know how you can't say that Duong has been as focused and positive as FSR this week, but these are probably the two guys that were like that outside of Kachi. So I think we're seeing really what we're supposed to see here in this final.
A few more kisses down there, it seemed like. Balls did end up spreading nicely, but the two on the bottom rail. Yeah, he caught a little thin, huh?
Yeah, it looked to be a touch thin, but
Yeah.
the one still tracked right.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. He raises his bridge. Some of them do that. You know, Skylar does that. Jason does that a bit. Billy, a few other players. But he raises his way up. You know,
Yes.
like hits down on it a little more, it seems like, than the other guys. I don't know if that makes some kind of difference. I think he got him here. It's real close. He doesn't look too happy, that being Duong.
Yeah, it might have leaked out. Something we've talked about, the bed of these tables, extremely slick still. We realized pretty quickly how fast they were.
Yeah, it was a tough shot to the corner. And I thought he might let the draw stroke out a little bit more. Just, you know what I mean? Like when you're kind of drawing it a little bit from distance, it's kind of hard. Of course, I'm talking about myself sometimes, I guess, too much. It's hard for me a lot of times
Yeah,
from
it's
distance.
It's easy for me to do the same. You know, we've talked about tournaments that propel people. You know, Moritz Neuhausen last year winning this event in Bosnia, and look what he did the rest of the year, winning the Perry Open. And did he win anything else? He was
Yeah,
close.
he won Moscone MVP, and he
Moscone and then
yeah,
made
he
the
finished
finals
second
at
in
Hanoi.
Hanoi.
Yeah.
I mean, just had a beautiful season.
So I think, and you and I have talked about Duong breaking out, you know, if he goes on to win this and continues to play just the way he's playing, which is impeccable, this really could be his year.
Yeah, the speed looked a little bit. I thought it was heavy at first, but maybe he was coming all the way down. You can't blame him there.
Yeah, maybe it arced just a bit, right? Held up on him.
Yeah. Boy. I'll take a look at this real quick.
Well, the
bank's
bank-
pretty easy, and he's a very good banker of the ball.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward, and you're going to have a good cue ball.
Yeah, you can almost do what you want a little bit with the cue ball as far as drawing it back and still holding the angle. You can draw it back more to follow off the 6.
Yeah, even leaving the cue ball about where it is now is almost ideal. Just pinch it back a hair. He's going for the cut, so he feels, boy, he's got some traffic to avoid, but he should be okay if he makes it.
Well, I'll tell you, that angle made me feel better about the cut. That camera angle did than the other one, to be honest.
Yeah.
As far as control of the cue ball, I knew he could make them kind of both
Right.
ways, but
And not only that, right, coming into the side of the 9 or the 7, he never felt like he was going to get snookered on the 6 and going forward here.
yeah, another one he does really well, gets the most out of the cue ball. Actually, that one came a little more angled than I thought. I thought he could get through it a bit more.
Yeah, I don't think he got through it as much as he'd have liked. Maybe a little downward on the cue ball there.
Did you see that hair shake of the head? That's about the most you'll ever see out of Duong. It's got a nice draw stroke. Now this is where to give it time to grab. It can slide underneath. Oh, he really pinched it by that. Wow. I'll tell you what, though, that's a shot you have to have these days.
Yeah, he caught the top side of the pocket. I almost felt when he released it that he let go a little bit or decelled, but I know it was by design to drag past the 8.
Yeah, and that type of stroke, actually, you'll see that on the side rail a lot with those funny angles when they can't really force across, but they have to bring it out off the rail and hold the ball. 2-0 lead.
Yeah, and you hear the crowd. I like to hear that because they are pro FSR, but what they really are is pro pool. They just want to see great pool, and I think that that's a pretty special thing here.
That event too.
All right, he needs a real good break shot here. I'd love to have a look at the 2 ideally. I think the challenge with all these people in here is getting the 1 down. Now, it shouldn't be a question for him. He's been playing a lot, and it's not a question. It's the look on the 2, and he's going to receive that as well. Now, is the 8 a problem? I don't think so. He can go forward here with no issues. Actually, another break shot that looked a little bit thin, potentially. The 1 still dropping. This could be a bit tricky. He's looking from the backside and going forward. The only thing these guys don't like is to really ever roll the ball softly, but here the pocket's going to take pretty heavily. He's going to get past the 3.
Yeah, and that allowed him, where the 4 is at, to be able to roll on the 3 pretty easily as well. Just going to get a little bit of an angle where he's going to have to kill the ball maybe off the 4 to the 5. Could rub it, Scott. Is that an option?
Yeah, do you think he just tucks out of the upper left corner softly?
We may draw it even.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. Or, go the side rail draw. He's going to pinch it. Yeah.
That was
Nice
actually
shot.
pretty natural,
Yeah.
right? A little misleading.
Had to add a hair left, but not much.
It's that pace around the table that he's really been good with this week. Obviously, he's always quick around the table, but the FSR that I remember when he was winning all those events, starting with the Derby, like you mentioned, Jeremy, the one that I remember watching on TV and watching from afar, he was a lot quicker than he had been in, the last year and a half, 2 years. And this week, he's really picked up that pace. I think a lot of that has to do with how comfortable he's finally gotten. But if he can stick with that pace, maybe something to it.
Yeah, most everyone that knows him will say, he's been a rhythm player, but I think he's trying to find that comfortable rhythm that's more the same all the time, and that may not be necessarily real slow. That may have a little more pace than some others. But the main thing is not changing too much, just when needed. When you got to put a little more thought into something, he certainly will do that. But I think mainly just like any of the ones that aren't. I don't know about Josh Filler. I don't know if he ever worries about making a ball or not. It's hard,
Yeah,
but the rest of us mortals sometimes have that, and I think that's where it is for Fran. When he's like, there is no worry.
Some sort of a meditation. Okay, maybe thick there, Jeremy. Get another look. Rarely do we see the 1 go high. What did the 9 do as well? Did it just shoot straight out? Okay, the 9 was coming out a little.
Yeah. A little bit. Got quite a few balls up table.
Look at this. Yeah, this is a very tricky push out. You really don't want to take him up table here, but you're going to have to go somewhere near the side pockets. Could be down here on this lower right side, I guess. That's probably best. Yeah, really kind of handcuffed that to where you want to go.
Yeah, it's one of those odd ones, right?
Yeah, very odd. We don't see this layout very often after the break.
Well, there's a lot of balls to snooker him with. No perfect world here, but I think I probably passed this. He's still got to coast the cue ball by. He's got to make a good hit on the 1. It's nice to move the 1 over and use the 8-2-3 as you come back down and whatnot, but I still think I got to give it away.
Yeah, for me, it really depends on how thick you can get to the 1, but obviously, passing it back must be pretty thin. I can tell you this, Fran, never going to push out to a spot he doesn't have a thought about, right? So he should have a plan. Yeah, it's not too shabby just to get this distance. You handcuffed it where you were going to go with it as well, right? Just to make the clean hit on the one from what it looked like to me.
Yeah, I mean, he did his job, but I think Duong made the right decision, though, because, again, there's a lot of gaps there. You want to be the one shooting this shot, most likely, I would think, anyways. Tell you, the 4's not terrible. Pretty natural. You're not going to hold the 1, but probably going to play off the left. Bring it up the side of the table, a little underhit here. Just kind of let up a little bit on it. You're always guarding the overhit there, though, with the side pocket, right? Don't want to give up a clean shot.
Crossing this back towards the back of the 8 and coming down table is an option. Could thin it. Bring it down past the side pocket as well.
I like that shot. The 5's there, just edge it. Controlled it pretty well. I don't think he can really get at it easily. Maybe swerving, but of course the jump cue he's really good with.
Yeah, you're trying to send it maybe towards the upper left. Okay, touring it around. I just felt like there was a lot of traffic to get through, and he did. It's not going to have the pace. Yeah, the 4 in a little bit of an awkward position. It's kind of on the long rail versus inside the knuckle here, and that's why you saw FSR kind of grimace.
And just really couldn't do much with the 1. It was all about the 4.
Yeah, you're just going to bring this 1 back down towards the 6. Lay the cue ball up towards the center diamond.
Yeah, middle to middle-ish. And
once full contact here, he seems to be great at this as well, historically this week.
this is the one that can slide on you a little if you get underneath. He hit it perfect. Wow.
Just incredible, and I think the crowd recognizes it even where it landed here. I don't know that he's going to like his return, but incredible to hold the cue ball the way he did. It's really a feel play, right, Jay? You've got to play that shot so many different ways and times to understand the feel of that play.
Yeah, it's a lot of feel. Obviously, each player has their own kind of way that they visualize it, but there's definitely a lot of feel how much spin you're going to put on there with the speed combined. And all right, this is the deja vu from earlier that he didn't want to give up. Boy, he almost gave up the cut, and he may have. I think it does play. Could cross it over and come down here, but I think that's as risky. I mean, and you can come across for shape.
Yeah, elevated just a tick in the back of the cue for more accuracy.
Great shot, just enough. Hand off the rail. Little odd here. I don't know if he naturally rolls between the 6 and 5 and back up or not. I think he does if he can put a hair of right spin. Oh, he's elevating. He's wanting to go by the 6.
So maybe a little thinner than we think.
Where's he going with the cue ball? Oh, okay. He likes to elevate a little more than some of us on those types of shots. You know what I mean?
He does. Even on the rail shots, he'll elevate just a hair.
Yeah.
I mean,
or I'll use more spin to come off the ball.
Sure.
maybe, where he used a little more collision, like a little more, how's it, like maybe even a hair backspin, you might say, with it.
Makes sense. Yeah.
I don't know how to.
He's going to get more cue ball for sure.
Yeah, I'm just wondering how to
leather.
explain the way the ball hits, and it still takes the same line, as more right spin, But he'll hit top English like from the end rail, and he'll be a little more elevated, even though he's hitting through the ball than a lot of players. But
Yeah,
it sure is accurate doing so. Boy.
Yeah, that elevation is like minor, right? But but compared to most of the guys, it's actually a pretty big move, if it makes sense.
And I think the body type sometimes makes it look a little more extreme versus another player, All right, it's been on a string. Really, really good. Both players grinding for that first shot. Duong's gotten the best of it so far. Should be a 3-1 lead here shortly.
Yeah, and this player grinding for his first title. I don't know that you can call it a major, but I'll promise you it's a premier event on the tour. And like you and I have touched on multiple times, it can catapult you into some serious majors in the future.
Yeah, I mean, amount of matches, the players you got to beat, obviously the level of play, and again on tough equipment for a lot of matches. So mentally, I mean, like I said, hard to call a major, but catapulting you, I totally agree.
Yeah. Oh, pretty good.
Two did come open, tough combination, but even tougher, elevated over the brown. Boy, hard to shoot at this one, Scott.
Yeah, fully agree. And what I noticed between last match and this match is these balls up in this upper right corner, and we get that long view, seem to continue to happen a little bit more than they did the rest of this week. You're seeing these clusters up here like these 4 balls, the 6, 2, 4, 5, and it's a little odd.
Did you ever roll this and just push the 2 past the pink on the left and just go the side rail?
I would definitely consider that. I don't know what more you can really attempt being over the 7 like this, but what about the roll out?
Yeah.
He's so crafty.
For sure. He could cross it. That's what he's looking at now, and running the cue ball maybe behind the 3. But I like the other one, even though it's not a shot I'm fond of, but it does sit okay here, even though you're elevated. He's looking now at the push out, which will be a cross corner bank, I think, if you can track the cue ball clean.
Yeah, well, you can rest assured FSR already knows what he's going to do, but I don't think he'll get this back. There's a lot of options, in my opinion. I do like the cross corner. I think you could also 3-rail this ball and use the 6 and 8. And just kind of stop on it.
3-rail it around the pink, you mean?
Yeah, it looks like it's there. And you could probably just roll this as well. What about tucking below the pink?
And the one thing about the cross corner, it doesn't really offer shape if you're going to get the cue ball safe. Now, if you're just going to go for it, oh, look at this.
Wow, off the 5, right?
Yeah, 5 and 6, yeah. Big shot. Off a guy's push out as well, which you just don't see very often, giving a ball in hand off of another player's push out.
Didn't really use any inside on that at all, and it's kind of the natural English you want to use, I guess, probably to avoid going off the 6, but instead he caught the 5 and went off the 6.
Yeah, and that was the only thing about he was trying to get by those balls, so it never really offered shape for the 3, but you could get to where you maybe get a cross-side bank or some type of safety on the 3, I guess. Can't fault him for shooting it, but...
No, especially with the guy coming up behind him, right? It's a little bit of tricky, right? You're thinking, well, this guy behind me knows exactly what he's going to do. I think I need to take it instead of give it to him. Look at that ball just continue to go.
And now he's probably just going to chip it in. Now, what's the 6 doing? It doesn't have a pocket just yet that I see. Not on the bottom end. So this little shot on the 4 could have a big Meaning, would you ever just roll off with a little left English and play the 5 in the side and have some type of positive angle to get roll towards the 9 or
Yeah,
get
where you-
behind the 6?
Yeah, where you're getting steep on the 5 to where you're coming down.
Yeah, not crazy steep, but
No, but
definitely,
an angle.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
He wants to get above it.
Yeah, he's got to run nicely now, and he ended up short. So, thought it was maybe, corners is what I love, but I thought maybe right there just to guarantee what you want. Now, he can beat it with top English, but can he get enough speed to get down here?
Yeah, I think he's okay, Jay. Actually, almost perfect, to be honest.
I guess speed was the wrong question for this table. Or enough of it, anyways.
Right. Ooh, he's going to play the speed. You talked about the speed. That's all speed, and he's probably the best at that, utilizing all the pocket.
I think as much as anything, with FSR, it looks like he wants to fight. He wants to battle for it. He wants it hard, and to do something to have to beat somebody, and that's what you got to do in the PLP, anyways, just because the cast of players. But not thinking about.
Looking for a big break here. Just high again, Jeremy. And that didn't sound good.
Nah, he caught him way thin. Way thin. I think, anyways. Watch how the cue ball, where it hits on the rail and where it's going as well. A little bit, for sure. It was going downward versus hooking, right? Maybe the tip came up a little bit and a hair thin.
Yeah, very possible. Just sounded very clattery. Another tricky push out. That's why he's cocking his head. Oftentimes these guys, especially FSR, will see right where to go. When you got to think about it for a minute, it gets a bit tricky.
I think it's only to the lower left corner, really. Not sure where else you can really go with the cue ball, unless you want to roll out to a kick or something like that. But I think it's going to be lower left somehow.
Yeah,
make the 6.
You better get him on the rail.
Yeah, for sure. You're not going to let him stitch you. I don't know if he'll let him see that much of the ball, I don't think so, anyways. Yeah.
Still don't think he's in love with this. I don't think he'll get it back.
Think he plays the overcut here? Gotta get it by the pink, or is he going to try and make it to the upper right?
I don't mind it. I also felt like he could bank it just right back down and create some big distance, but the overcut really doesn't seem too bad. But if you play that, don't you kind of got to really go at making it?
Yeah, I mean,
because
especially
of where the pink's at?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. With the pink there, you definitely just better off to go and make it. But now this is the second push of this match that has been given back. Seems to happen more in the finals between the great players than any other time.
Yeah, and I was just looking at where he was putting his cue, and it looks like he's trying to talk about or do what Jeremy was talking about, maybe really feathering it to the right. But
yeah, and the thing is, if he likes the line, just play the hit and let the 1 do whatever it's going to do. Because he's trying to go 1, 2, 3 in between, or 1, 2 in between the 8 and 4, and to the side rail and drop behind the 2, 9, and 3. And he caught it way thick, but he thought he made it too, though.
yeah, he was definitely going at the 1.
Nothing wrong with that. I mean, really, from where he was.
I don't hate you chopping at this with just a center top ball coming towards the 3. Take your chances, gamble a little bit. I think it can be missed when you start to decide to put some type of English on it to carry position, but you've got the 2, 3, 9 down here that you kind of track towards. Even going into the 4 isn't the worst. No, he still slivered it in with a tip of outside there. Made it look easy.
Almost got awkward from nowhere. First little chink in the armor overall. besides the break maybe. But two of them he didn't hit his best. Got right in between, Scott.
Yeah, pretty fortunate.
Perfect.
His cue speed is just, I absolutely love it. I really do. It's a joy to watch. When we talk about experience, though, is it going to come up, right? I think he's had enough seasoning, enough experience, enough close events to where, I don't know, it doesn't seem like it's going to get to him this time. We'll find out the next 4 or 5 games.
Yeah, and 2 years ago, you won the Scottish Open, right before the UK Open. It's a really awesome warm-up there, right there in Glasgow's at...
Right.
Is it,
I wasn't at the room. I actually think I was watching this.
yeah, I don't know why. Paul's place, but anyways, I'll think of the name of it for some reason. Sorry, folks, I'm a little tired, but my point was the field, really good. Really good field going there right before the UK Open, just a short flight away from London there, and I think he beat Oscar Dominguez in the final, who played exceptionally well also.
Well, that's really when he kind of showed up, right, and put himself on the map.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was Poland. He made a deep run in the World Championships, I think quarterfinals. Beat SVB in a big match there. Maybe even no, he wasn't semifinals. That was the one.
I watched that as well, yeah.
Yeah, FSR won it.
Yes.
He beats Mohamed Soufi in the final one. Soufi kind of hit the scene.
Well, the 9 threatened the lower left. The 1 threatened the left side. And it's dry.
And I think maybe besides Kachi, but trying to think at some moment this week, every player's had a little struggle on this table to make a ball or make the one. Even Duong had a little troubles. FSR was kind of, scratching his head a few times when he missed it, and he's one of the best breakers out there. But kind of funny in the finals, there's been a little bit of that also.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. And I feel like those struggles came more in the evening time, obviously, versus the daytime due to the people being in the room and the weather change.
Yeah, there's definitely due to something, because I think it was definitely noticeable, right?
Yeah.
Been great weather, though, during the day. Super dry and really amazing if I've ever been to Florida with any less humidity than what I've had this week.
Yeah, it's been incredible as far as that. Well, it's been incredible all the way around. Here's another rollout situation, Jeremy.
Yeah, can you cross it lightly and just leave him no pocket and maybe get him behind the 3? That's what I would like this. Yeah. Try to get him behind the 3, but you're letting him know you got no pocket if you can see it. Thought it was a little light on the push out, but he didn't have a ton of options either.
And where do you go here with the jump cue? He's always got intention, but I'm just trying to think of where you would go.
Well, I think he should 3-rail it around the 5 is what I think he should do. But
yeah, and drop down to the upper left.
Yeah, and you can hit it pretty solid, and he's awesome with this thing. I mean, he can control a lot of things. Saw that at the Hill game against Januarta. The only thing is he's bringing the 1 near the 2.
Exactly.
But still, though, you're in a bad spot. Might get him behind the 6. Yeah, he was trying it. He might double him up as well here.
It's going to open up for FSR.
Still think it was the best percentage.
I agree. I mean, the downside was bringing the 1 down towards the 2 or in that vicinity. I think he caught the 1 on the second hop and kind of lost a little pace. Kind of feel like the pressure's on Fran here to get out. Duong up 4-2.
Yeah, but just look at that face. I mean, I really think he wants that pressure. He doesn't want to be down 4-2, of course. But,
sure. I'm just simply saying, right, Jay, this pressure, he knows it's on now.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
And I couldn't agree more. The face and the body has just told me all week that he's really here for it.
Yeah, what's the word? He's, can't think of it at the moment, but, he's kind of loving it, to keep it simple, And also, PLP's big, and of course he wants it because he's had it before, but also he got beat last year in the final, so it'd be something to come back and win. But I think it's long-term goals also for FSR, bigger titles, you know, like he had a couple years ago.
Absolutely, and obviously a big miss, a little thin here on the combination and the crowd in this place. And boy, he didn't hit it terrible. Maybe the speed just a little firm, because I think that ball accepts. You take a couple mile-an-hour off, I'm almost positive it accepts. The crowd here, just you could hear them. The whole room went, oh, so yeah, that might hurt. A little light here.
Yeah.
Should be fine.
Yeah, it should be all right. Just make sure you don't dig too much on it. Got to smooth it, right, Scott?
Play to come under it?
I don't know, but what I was thinking is if that angle on this, if you dig on it too much, you could
The
slow
7?
it down. Well, the 7 also, if you
Right.
let it go, it
Right.
could come across. But also you could dig on it a little too much and get a little thin on the 6. Kind of slow the cue ball down with
And
the
then
draw.
potentially
You know?
probably did play it this way.
Yeah. He's not, I mean, he doesn't miss his rock too much.
No, not like that.
No, and he knows he can handle a lot on the 7.
Yeah, oftentimes he wraps around the upper right corner here, even under pressure, with a ball that's nearly straight on. So let's see if he does that here. Yeah, he is going to. It's a pretty shot to watch, but boy. Oh, he was a little steeper than I thought. My apologies. Just one rail straight back. 30 years ago, we didn't even have an extension. These guys use extensions for all different types of things. Duong Quoc Hoang. Game number 7. Going to the man from Vietnam. Player. Going to take a quick break.
He won it 2 out of 3 years. SVB?
I would think. I don't know that answer. I was just hoping
okay.
you knew right off
Well,
the top
the
of your
last
head. But
time
I
he
would
won-
think it was SVB, but I don't know if that's the case.
Well, I'm trying to think who else it could have been. I mean, Jason won since then. Filler won in 19.
Look at this, Jeremy.
Yeah. Carlo Beato, FSR. Last time Jane won it, though, was 2016. Only reason I know is I made a little bit of run at the tournament that year. Got to the Final Four of the winner's side, believe it or not, Scott.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah, it was crazy. Who else won it? Feder Gorst, of course, who almost won it back-to-back. Almost won our 2 biggest events in the world back-to-back years. That's amazing. Got to the finals in each of those events after winning them both. It has to be Shane, though, because he won 2007. 2006 was his first one, or 7? 6, right?
I believe it was 6.
And then he won again in 8, 9. He beat Dennis twice.
Well, speaking of 6, Jeremy, Duong Quoc Hoang is well on his way to 6, and this wasn't a scoreline that I was thinking about.
Well, again, don't turn your head, and FSR definitely was part of one of those semifinals where their comeback was brewing, and the comeback definitely happened from Januarta. He was just, one of them had to cross the line, and it was Duong. He's trying to do it again.
Yeah, short side here all day long, I would assume.
Yeah, just try and get that little bounce if you can. That's important.
This is a little
I was
firm.
going to say this is a little high. Needs a bump, not a bounce.
Well, this is a big moment, right? Really expected him to get out from that position. That break shot was as good as it gets. So this is a big moment if Fran can steal this position.
Yeah, lucky for him, it's like a no-brainer safety edging this ball. Really hard to not get the snooker, but Fran will be ecstatic to
Yeah.
have this kick shot.
Probably the best in the business at that kick shot, Jeremy. And in the big moments, I think this guy, if he has to kick at it, which,
You can see it.
yeah,
Get at
it, which I think he can see it. If he can get at it with a high ball, then this is big trouble for Duong. Otherwise, I do think it's in a big ball position. If he has to kick at it in the big moments, boy, this is probably the guy I'm going to go to. Yeah, you know what? It's not probably the guy I'm going to go to when he's kicking at a ball, or when they are. He is the guy I would go to in a big moment, kicking at a ball.
Yeah, trying to make it. Hit it dead full. Sweet. Probably what he's really trying to
By
do.
design.
Yeah, he dove in it and to it from higher up. Yeah,
Exactly.
Trying to create that heavier hit.
Yeah, you can't expect him to shoot it at that pace trying to make it in the lower right. And like Jeremy said, he came from a little higher up, diving into the face of the ball. Both of those things tell us he was trying to hit it thick.
Yeah, and I tell you, does he really want to show us something here where he just kind of lightly bounces over, turns it into a roll? Just let her loose.
Oh, and that's a little cold-blooded to split the 8 and the 9. Otherwise, he comes away with some type of paint on the green 6. Wow. Look at this. Right through the 8 and the 9.
How close was he to both those balls? Pulls amazing, really.
It really is, and this is an extremely difficult hit.
Hello.
Take
Hello.
the pot, Duong Quoc Hoang.
I think he's shooting here as well. He's just got to calm himself down first.
Yeah, first it's the jump shot, threads the needle between the 8 and 9, gets unlucky, and now it's the green 6, Jeremy.
Yeah, and like I said, I think you're supposed to shoot at this, and you can shoot aggressively while still holding your ball a little bit. Talking about the bank. Now it looks like he's going to play the safety instead. He's going to cross this, put it on the back rail a little bit and go up table.
Well, and I know you can't argue with it, but boy, after the 2 shots he just come with, that's not a good sign. He's left the gap, and this ball's on to the lower right. If he wants to take it, it's also on for the safe.
I like kicking behind it, I think. This guy, he may just roll on it, actually. He can see enough of it to get it up the rail a little bit, bringing the cue ball behind the 9. Oh, he caught it pretty thin, yeah. He's going to need some help. Not going to get it.
I believe he might have him. Might have him, Jeremy. You can't jump this. Can you jump this? You got to land on the ball.
It.
You can see this ball.
Well, I'm pretty sure he can see it, yeah.
Okay.
He's just coming a little angle to go to the rail and come up for the 8 in the side, I think. Yeah, but see how he jacks up a little more than most?
Yeah.
You see that? He's not curving the ball here or nothing. He's just shooting straight at this guy.
Well, I was misled from where I'm sitting. What a crazy game, I guess. The safety paid off?
Yeah, and, there's some value in that, being able to calm yourself down also. And, what he feels like it was a heady decision playing the safety. Me, myself, way I saw it, which we may not be seeing it near as accurately as he is, obviously.
Or feeling how he's feeling.
Yeah, but also the video, it's a little camera angles sometimes fool you on those things. But yeah, now the safety.
He's putting it all together.
Break shot was very good. Gonna get a shot.
Yeah, maybe a little frustration, JJ. Like he I think got into him a little more than normal.
Yeah, he can play the 4 from where the 3's at. So it's either shoot for the corner or draw it for the side on the 3. I wouldn't worry about trying to get close to the 4 myself. It's pretty decent from right there in the center. Just gonna come 2 rails around the 7-9. No big deal.
Yeah, really middle table. Everything here, right? Middle
Mostly,
table,
yeah.
Middle table 3, middle table 4, middle table 5. Okay, coming all the way back. Still to the middle. Well, now he's thin.
But that's the problem with coming back that far. You know what I mean? I'd probably shot the 3 in the corner, but that's just me. Just pinched it back a little.
That's what I was talking about. I fully agree.
Now he's got to kind of kill the ball, or maybe... Can he do that now? Can he still stay in the center? Now he's real good at killing the ball, so...
He could go to the corner still as well, the lower right. Hard not to play the 3 in the side, though.
Yeah, this has gotten touchy all of a sudden. He may have to stun draw over for short side on the pink.
I think he he was just weighing out, drifting towards the 9. Not going to do that. Probably taking your option.
Yeah, he's let that go a little bit as well. He's going to be near the rail, so
Way below
I think
it.
that just comes from that first decision. Corner can never get you in trouble overall, you know.
Yeah, limited cue ball movement as well. You're assured to look. You go around the 8 naturally here.
Big shot. Really nice. Great recovery.
I'd say so. Yeah, but starting to see some doubt in his head, right? He made a couple of head shakes there. We're always looking at the player. Okay, watch out. Watch out. He has absolutely welded himself to the back of the 9. And I could see that look of doubt on his face, a shot prior, weighing on him slightly.
Oh, great hit. Way to keep your composure.
The best in the world at it, in my opinion. The best in the world at the distance kick there, where you just end up leaving them almost nothing. Does he take the 7 on to the lower right corner? I would not fault him. At the 9, maybe as a backdoor safety. Okay, looking to come behind it here. I don't know. Do you like the the 7 to the lower right, or coming behind it where the 9's at? It's kind of dangerous.
You got to, I mean, it's hard to get in behind it and hold that ball.
Agreed.
I mean, he's straight up with it. Doesn't have a lot to spin into the ball with. He's going to do it. He's going to lose the cue ball a little bit to the left. Depends on the speed and the route of the 7. Oh, yeah, he was trying to get in behind it.
Yeah, and I was really big on the bank to the low right here because of the 9. Because your cue ball is going to go to the left long rail as well. And if you don't make it, you probably leave distance and a good cue ball.
I mean, this is going to be pretty perfect. Well, it came out a little more than I thought, Scott.
You got to take it from him, though, right? Was that moment a moment that we'll talk on going forward? I don't know. I mean, but you do have to take it from him. And a little concerning there. We both knew that that was a real shallow hit coming from behind. FSR within 3. You wouldn't mind a 9 on the break, Jeremy.
Ooh. Got some action. Got hit right in the face. The 2's going to get a hair funny. It always does. I don't know if he can spin this out, maybe 2 rails, but we'll see. I know he wants to be offensive.
I think he can level out, come out 2 rails with a high ball.
Can he?
Yeah, I think so. Well, it's close. Never mind. The
close,
2's
man.
quite a bit higher than I thought.
Can he juice it a little with low right and spin out of the corner?
What about just rocking behind the 5?
If he can hit inside and just come 1 rail up and take the cut on the 3, that's okay. You got to come across for the 4 anyways.
Yeah, and you can beat the 5 that way for sure.
Yeah, just high inside, not 2 rails as much as just 1 rail. You
Well
like that?
done.
Yeah, beautiful.
Well done. Good call, double J.
Yeah, well, that inside allows a little thinner hit.
Well, gripped real well, too. Got the most out of the cue ball. All right, just make sure you get some type of angle here on the 4. You want to be more out towards the center than anything. You don't want to be flat. Well, this isn't the angle he was looking for. He's going to have to pound this with a low ball using that left long rail before the side. He's got the stroke for it. Keep an eye on this final backswing. Watch how smooth it is. I didn't know that he would come all the way back. I guess he was kind of forced to. Pretty flat now. That's that elevation we were touching on. I think he's hit it perfect.
What a shot. I mean, just don't realize how good that was after that small angle to control the speed, the arc, how much it's going to bounce a little off the object ball.
Yeah, a stun ball with an inside perfect speed towards the bottom half. Very impressive.
Yeah, and short or long, much at all, you're in big trouble.
Well, can he seal the deal? He's 3 away, Double J.
He's played incredibly well. I think he definitely can do it. Just don't feel like you got to get somewhere particular. Just something that works, right, Scott?
Yeah, no doubt, and he's there.
Yeah, I don't think you got to get on that good side. Just get enough angle to work the cue ball. You've been awesome with that decision and execution.
Yeah, I'd go with that same advice here. Don't try to get exactly perfect. Just make sure you stay off this left long rail.
Yeah, I like one rail, kind of. Just use your touch. Just float.
Yeah.
Get to your second rail later, but not early.
He's going to finish on the long rail.
Yeah. Got to earn it, Scott.
Yeah, you do. He's earned it, and we've talked about how good he is leveling the cue out off this rail. Oh, my goodness. I touched on it. You don't want to finish on the long rail. And look at this reaction. Shocking.
More pull to play. It looks like I think the 9's laid up.
Absolutely shocking.
Trust me, it was an...
Well, more great contact, but look at this. The table is leaking. 7. Ruined the day. And the push out is like extremely tough here. Where do you go? You've got to go out to some type of a kick, Jeremy.
Yeah, I think you got to tie the 3-6 up and figure out a swerve or a kick or something at that ball. I mean, you just got to tie that ball up as much. Even if you could rub the 3 a hair and just filter behind the 6 for the jump at the edge of the 2, I think you got to tie the 3 up here. Does he have a little piece that we don't know about?
Well, I don't think so. Maybe coming off the top rail, potentially. But I think he's looking at something a little bit different here. There is a shot clock, folks.
Yeah, he gets a minute. He's got an extension. Yeah, I think it's got to be a rub on the 3, Scott. It's sitting okay to just lay it right on the 6 and hold behind the 6 as well. That way there is, I mean...
Yeah, you could shoot it full into the back of the 6 softly, and even if you have to jump the 5 somehow, some way, I think that's what you've got to do. What's he looking at now?
I think the left back half of the 6 is where you roll the 3 on.
Yeah, exactly.
And just to the left and the back half of it.
Yeah, nothing else you could do here.
Yeah, I'd like to tighten it up more, but...
He's afraid that he left him the jump, but listen, that 7 is really out there.
He's not supposed to take this jump up 64. I don't think so with just a portion of the ball. I mean, it doesn't matter how good you are.
Especially with what just took place.
Yeah, of course, yeah, but I think he maybe should have shaved the 3 a little more. That way he's behind the 6 and maybe an easier jump with the 3 locked up. But, man, what a tough spot he was in.
You're talking about getting the cue ball a little bit more to the right.
Right.
But then Duong might have taken it.
And he's swerving it.
Oh,
Great
look
hit.
at this. He's too clever.
Don't get him behind the 6 somehow. Oof.
He's too clever. Wow. What kind of pressure do you have on yourself now if you're the man from Vietnam? Boy, this angle tells me he's snookered, but his body tells me he's not. The other line told me he wasn't snookered, Jeremy. He's not snookered. Okay, he's going at this. It does carry some type of position. If he doesn't go at this, it tells us quite a bit. Because you've got to go at this ball.
I think he was looking to see how much of the 2 he could get. I think he goes at it and tries to get shape. Oh, he decided. Wow, what a beautiful play. That's as tough as the shot, folks.
Yeah. In the ball prior, he missed straight in the pocket. So to come with that, well, forget about it. Very impressive.
Yeah, does he have a 2-rail escape here? Does he have to swerve the ball a little bit? That's why he took the extension off, because he's got to swerve it. Wants some speed as well.
You know, I'm betting on him.
He's going to hit it, I think. Ooh. Well, a little chip shot in the side, running the cue ball straight down the center of the table. He's got to command the speed.
How does he get that 9 out of his mind? How does he do it?
Well,
I'm
like
asking.
you talked about learning how to do it. That's, getting on with it. Going through your process. I don't know what he felt about the 9, to be honest with you, as far as the stroke and whatnot. I mean, speed's been awesome over and over again. I mean, people say, oh, well, he's short. Well, short was okay.
Short was really where you want to be. You could always get to the 5 from there.
Now, I would go with the flow here, I think. 3 rails, maybe. I don't know if he's going to check it with inside or not, but 3 rails around, take a little angle on the 5.
And I think the answer to my own question is just try to do what got you to this position, right? Believe in what you've done to get here. Don't lose your confidence over one ball being the 9 ball when you're on the rail. Just rely on what you've done to get to this point.
Yeah, a little 2-rail draw stun around the 8. I think he could hold it as well. Doesn't mind moving the rock, though. This is perfect.
Yeah, it sure is. Kind of easy to let up on that and open up behind the 9, so very good sign.
Yeah, stay away from the 9 if you're going to draw back some. Make sure you don't cue over the 9. That's really the only way you could have a problem, I think. I think you need to draw it a little bit, though. Just give it 4 or 5 inches, that's all.
Okay. He's got 2 options, going forward or coming across the face of the 8.
I think it'll be twice across. It looks like the play to me.
That's what it's going to be. Might be able to hold it, but I think you've got to come across. Oh, he's hit it sweet, Jeremy.
Yeah, and it was an odd kind of reaction after missing the 9 in the last game, even as, climatic as it is from him, I'm saying. So I don't know, it's just something I've never really seen much of, so I don't know if it really let me bother me.
He's
It was a
not
little
going to miss
odd,
this one, Jeremy.
Yeah. What an out here. Unlucky for FSR after the break, but I think we got that right guy about to lift the trophy.
I think you're absolutely right. It is Duong Quoc